so excited to share with you just the bare basics of the World of Norwex. And guys, this is so different from anything you've ever learned before. It's not just a grain cleaning product replacing another cleaning product. So to illustrate that, we're gonna go into some science, okay? And you're gonna have a whole bunch of roadblocks just like pop up in your head. And I have found that's because of brain programming. From the time we were born, we're taught to chemically clean. But what Norwex would like to introduce to you is there are other ways to clean. In fact, more effective ways to clean. So let's break this down logically and it'll help our brains grasp this, okay? So let's say you have this surface, and how we've been trained is to get a chemical spray or a disinfectant, and we're gonna spray that surface and kill everything that we don't like on it, right? Well, then we're gonna try to buff it off. Unless you're rinsing it, squeegeeing with water, you've got some sort of residue left behind. So best case scenario, you have dead junk and residue on your surface. And Norwex wants to ask you, is that clean? Like, there's stuff on your surface. It's not clean, guys. Just because it smells like a chemical does not necessarily mean clean. Just because your junk is dead. So what if, okay? Just dream for a second. What if it was possible to mechanically come in, pick up, and remove every last contaminant? Think vacuum versus something that sits on the surface, right? Literally pick up and remove, so there's nothing left but the surface itself. Nothing dead, nothing alive, no residues. So we are gonna see that on a microscopic level. The butter demo that we did earlier, that's gonna give you the visual of how it makes your house look shiny and pretty and how it works that way. But first off, we're gonna show you how Norwex does this with chicken, okay? Now proteins are 1/1000th the size of a bacteria. Google it, it's fun to see the comparison in a visual. But what that means is Norwex's microfiber, because instead of being only 1/6 the size of a human hair like normal microfiber, it is literally 1/200th. And that size is massively important because the smaller the fiber, the smaller the particle it can remove. So when you take a fiber that is 1/200th the size of a single human hair, it is insane. If we could unravel this cloth, it literally would go from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, which is like, what? How does that work? But how we're gonna visually explain this is through our raw chicken test, because proteins are so much smaller than bacteria and virus as well, that if we can show that Norwex can pick up everything down to that level, that is phenomenal. So to do that, we're gonna use food protein swab tests from a company called Hygiena. These are the exact same swabs from the exact same company that DHEC uses for restaurant control. This dark purple color means food protein on the surface. This lightest shade of green is your check mark. That is there is 0 protein left on the surface. This surface is perfectly clean and ready to go, okay? So here we are. Can it clean on a microscopic level? Raw chicken, guys. Ugh. I'm gonna dirty this up. And we're gonna take our swab here, zigzag it, twist it, a couple different directions. Okay. Remember, purple is protein. As you can see, it's already turning purple. Ugh, that's gross. All right, let's see what Norwex can do. We recommend using your Norwex folded in fourths and flat. It's mechanically grabbing and cleaning, so you want it flat against the surface. We're just gonna give it 2 quick swipes, and I don't want to do it too much because I want you guys to really believe it when you're rushing and you're heading out the door and you're grabbing your kitchen cloth and you're going whoop, whoop, on the counter. Is it still doing this? And I want you to trust that, okay? So let's take our protein swab. Now we're gonna go to town in that same area. Oh my goodness, guys. I never get tired of this. Look, look! It's the lightest shade of green! Guys, this is so crazy, so crazy. Never gets old. So the next question is, okay, well, all that nasty junk in the cloth, right? Can I go back and keep cleaning, or is it just gonna drop it back off? Well, again, think logically. Think Velcro or a vacuum. When you have something come out of the dryer, Velcro, is it gonna just drop what it has grabbed? So I actually, if you could catch that, I'm gonna make sure we have plenty of chicken juice in this cloth, okay? And we're gonna see if it will drop it. So I'm gonna go ahead and re-wipe my surface. And I'm rubbing it in. But what you will find is it literally pulls up the chicken junk into the cloth, and it's not gonna re-drop it. So I'm gonna use this swab again. This still blows my mind. Look guys, it doesn't even turn gray. It stays green. Now I do want you to trust me, I only used 2 swabs instead of 3 because these are kind of expensive. So I'm gonna turn this purple to make sure you know it could turn purple, but that is just like mind-boggling to me still. So here we go. We're gonna pick up some chicken juice, and we are turning purple already. Guys, I am so excited to share this with you. So this is what you're gonna do. You can use this to clean literally any surface of your whole house. I literally walk through my house with my Enviro cloth, think E for everything, and my window cloth or polish cloth in my left hand. And I'm going to wipe down every surface in my entire house. And when I hit something shiny, like my stainless steel, I'm gonna hit it with that polish cloth. So I can hit the fronts of my cabinets, any of my surfaces, and then again, I hit that shiny polish cloth behind. When you are done cleaning and you've got the junk in the cloth, like the chicken junk we have now, we know it's not dropping it, but we do want to rinse that out before we hang it to dry, okay? So you're gonna run it under hot water and rub it together to make sure you add friction and get those fibers to loosen up. When the water runs clear, you're gonna wring it out really well. You can even dry your hands with it right away, it's so absorbent, and hang it to dry. Now the second part of this Norwex is phenomenal, is the micro silver. Guys, if you don't know what silver does, Google it. Our hospitals use it. NASA used it for food and water prep in their airspace shuttles. One scientist said it's literally the strongest antibacterial agent known to man. It's phenomenal. So what Norwex has done is they've taken micro silver and permanently fused it in the liquid stage to the cloth, like cream and coffee, so it can't wash out. Your fibers and your silver are one and the same. So water activates the silver. So I want to make a distinction here. The test we just showed is mechanically cleaning. It's grabbing, pulling, and sucking junk up into the cloth, removing 99% of bacteria with proper care and use instructions. The silver goes to work with self-purifying quality within the cloth once it's trapped. So once you have your cloth rinsed out, you want to hang it to dry, and then you want to let that silver work. The next day, if you want to know, just give it a sniff. If it smells fresh, your silver did its job. And you know it's finally maxed out when it finally starts to smell a little musty. That means it's too gunked up, the silver didn't access everything, and it's time to launder it, and we'll cover that in a bit. But my cleaning cloth lasts like four weeks, guys. And my kitchen cloth at least a week or 2. My body cloths last me 2 to 4 weeks. You will do so much less laundry. I'm so excited that you're learning about the world of Norwex.